Brilliance Audio presents Williwaw by Gore Vidal. Performed by Christopher Lane.
"Hello, Father," said Martin respectfully. "How do you do?"
O'Mahony paused with embarrassment. Martin was not a churchgoer, and he did not recognize him.
"John Martin, sir," he said quickly. "I'm the first mate on the boat that's taking you to Arunga."
O'Mahony smiled.
"Do sit down, Mr. Martin," he invited. "I wanted to know," Martin began in a loud voice, which he quickly lowered. He was always conscious of wrong tones. A loud voice was wrong in a church. "I was wondering," he said softly, "when you were planning to move aboard, tonight or in the morning."
"Tomorrow, if that's convenient."
"It will be," Martin smiled. "You'll be ready for bad weather, won't you?"
"Bad weather? Is that the report?"
"Well, yes, but it's also a joke of ours that whenever we haul a chaplain, we have bad weather."
O'Mahony chuckled uneasily.
"Well, that's the way those things go, I suppose. The captain at the transport office did tell me that the weather might be unreliable at this time of year."
"That's right, but it shouldn't be bad." Martin spoke as if the sea and the weather had no secrets from him. Often he marveled at how professional he sounded.
"I'm certainly glad to hear that. I suffer terribly from mal de mer."
He spoke the French self-consciously, and Martin wondered if he was going to translate it or not. He decided to save him the trouble.
"I'm sure you won't be sick, Father." Martin got to his feet. "If you want to send any stuff down tonight, we'll stow it for you."
"Thank you, but I'll bring my gear down with me in the morning."
Martin turned to go, then he remembered the orders he had come to get. "Do you think I could have an extra copy of your orders? We have to have one, you know."
"Certainly."
O'Mahony handed him a paper from his desk. "Thank you. See you tomorrow." "Aren't you going to the captain's party tonight, Mr. Martin? He's given one in his quarters for the major."
"Why, yes, I suppose I will."
"See you then."
The chaplain walked with him to the door. Berwick and Duval were arguing again. Supper had been finished, and Evans had gone to the wheelhouse. Martin sat quietly in a corner while the chief and Berwick insulted each other. Their arguments were thought very funny by the rest of the crew. No one took them seriously, except Martin, and he was not sure if they were serious or not. Olga, a Norwegian girl at the big harbor, was the cause of their trouble. The year before, she had come to work in a restaurant. Because she had let Berwick sleep with her for nothing, he had decided that it must be love, and he had almost decided to marry her. Then one day he discovered that she was also seeing Duval and accepting his money, and a great many other people's money, too. He had asked her to stop, but she was a thrifty girl, supporting her mother in Canada. She had told him that it was none of his business. Duval had laughed at him because of this, and he had come to hate Duval, and feel that it was his fault that Olga had changed. Somewhat drowsily, Martin listened to them talk. This time they were arguing whether the knife should be set on the table edge of blade toward the plate or away from it. Duval claimed the edge should be away from the plate, and Berwick claimed it was toward the plate.
"I don't suppose you'd know where it went anyway," said Duval bitingly. "You probably always ate with your hands." This was a hard blow, and Berwick countered, "I don't guess you ever used anything but a knife to eat with. I've seen Cajuns like you before." Duval was proud of his pure French ancestry. He came from a long-settled New Orleans family, and he was sensitive about being thought a Cajun. "Cajun hell," he said, trying not to sound irritated. "You wouldn't know one if you saw one." "I guess I'm talking to one." This was too much. The chief engineer remembered his rank. He stood up. "That's enough, Sergeant," he said with dignity. Berwick stood up also. Martin could see he was pleased. It was always a victory when the chief fell back on his rank. "Yes, Warrant Officer Junior Grade Duval," he said. "You better not get so fresh, Sergeant." The chief turned to Martin and said, "Just a little squabble." Berwick left the salon, laughing. "Oh, he's all right," said Martin smoothly. "Just a little hot-tempered at times." "Maybe that's it." Duval sat down on the bench beside Martin. They looked out the window at the pale gray of evening.
The day was over and the wind had died down. "Probably be a strong southwest wind tomorrow," remarked Duval. "Can't tell, really.